Hello and welcome to my reading assembly this week. I'm really excited to be doing my second reading assembly for everyone, and I promise you this one is going to be a shorter one than the last one. Okay, I'm really excited to share today's story with you. It's not a story I read as a child, but it's a story I came across as a teacher more recently. And it's a really beautiful, true story about a boy in India. And it's a really inspiring story that shows you that you can, even as children, you can dream really big and achieve really wonderful things and have a really positive impact on the world around you. So you don't have to wait till you're grown up to do really great work and help the environment around you. And this story is all about a boy who wants to make the world around him a better place for him and his family and the community and all the animals as well. And you'll see it's all about planting trees. It's a really moving, really heartwarming story, and it's about a boy who grew into a man who is still alive today, working in India and still planting trees, and he's almost created his own forest in India. And it's amazing what one man has been able to achieve, and just shows you that you can all achieve so much if you set your minds to it. So this story is The Boy Who Grew a Forest, the true story of Jadaf Payeng, and it's written by the author Sophia Goltz. And like I say, it's based on a true story about a boy who had the dream to plant a forest and make the world around him a better place. So here we go, let's jump into it, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do.
The Boy Who Grew a Forest. The true story of Jadaf Payeng. By Sophia Goltz. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is now. Proverb. In India, on a large river island, among farms and families hard at work, there lived a boy who loved trees. Trees meant shade, food, and shelter for many. But each rainy season, floodwaters swallowed more and more of the beautiful tree-covered land. The boy's precious island was shrinking, eroding away with the rushing river, leaving empty sandbars behind. The boy witnessed animals stranded on those sandbars, their homes destroyed. He feared that if animals withered without trees, then people would too. The boy shared his fears with the village. The elders explained that the only way to help animals was to create new homes for them. They gifted the boy with 20 bamboo saplings. Alone, he canoed down the muddy river. He wished he could cover all the land with trees. But a large sandbar nearby was a place to start. The land was too barren for animals, the shores too sandy for leafy trees. Would bamboo grow? The boy hoped so. Determined, he began to plant. 1 shaft, 2, then 3. Every day he watered the saplings by hand, sweat trickling down his face and chest. He built a watering system to help. and lugged heavy buckets from the river. His arms grew tired, his back sore. Still, each day he tended to the plants, and over time the bamboo patch grew. Into a healthy thicket. The boy was proud of his work, but he worried it wouldn't be enough to stop the swelling river or to provide shelter for animals. If he wanted more plants to grow, he would have to create a richer soil. The boy carried cow dung, earthworms, termites, and angry red ants that bit him on the journey to their new home. He brought seeds from neighboring villages. Over trails, through brush, down the river. Each day he planted. As the years passed and the boy grew, so did a forest. 10 acres, 20 acres, then 40. Wildlife returned for the first time in many years. Buffalo, one-horned rhinos and snakes, gibbons, migratory birds and elephants. The man's forest teemed with life and diversity. Not everyone was happy. Fear swept over the villages when tigers arrived. So the man planted more grasses to attract small animals that would keep the tigers happy in the forest. Elephants wandered into neighboring farms to feast on the crops. So the man planted more fruiting trees to help feed the hungry elephants. Some people wanted to harvest the forest to build homes. But the man was there to plant anew. Others tried to hunt the animals for their horns and fur. But the man was there to protect. Few thought the forest would last, but the man believed in its strength. Now in India, on a large river island, among wildlife and trees as tall as buildings, there lives a man who has planted a forest. The forest is called Malai, after a man named Jadav Malai Payeng, who never stopped planting and pruning and protecting. Only by growing plants, the earth will survive. Jadav Payeng.
So I hope you really enjoyed that fantastic and really inspiring story, and maybe it will inspire all of us to take a little bit more care of the environment around us and the world in which we live in. Okay, on to the most important part, this week's Readers of the Week. So let's find out who they are now, and those names will be on the screen right now. Okay, wonderful to see so many names up there and to see all those children working really hard with their reading. So keep up the great reading effort, everybody, and we'll see you next time.